Happy Monday, folks. Bringing you the results of the Pro Cobalt Aquatics sponsored contest. People in this category are spending a lot of money on their fish tanks. And and I'm guilty of that as well. But people in this category, basically, you've got a large tank, you've got a tank above 55 gallons, or you're using CO2, or you're like Dustin and you've snuck a greenhouse in the backyard without the homeowners knowing about it, and you're filling it full of fish tanks in the middle of the night. So anyway, and I'm a huge Dustin fan, by the way, so don't think I'm picking on him. I'm just jealous, I guess. I don't know. I don't want that many tanks. I'm done with. I have more tanks than I have time right now. But anyway, these were a blast to watch. And I'm going to give everybody some me time, and all these are worthy of getting a shout out. And let me just talk about this guy. This Oscar Lover 31. His video was short. I liked his video. Let me tell you what I didn't like about this video. And he's got a nice tank. He's got a nice setup. And it was all about presentation. He starts this thing off. Let me make sure I'm showing this in HD. No, that's as high as it goes. But he does this bubble fisheye lens a lot, which is unfortunate because to me it really kind of distracted from the video. And then he's cutting the video a lot to go with the music. I thought the music was pop. The tank is amazing. That driftwood in that tank, I mean, he could have just set it there and then done less camera work and less camera angles. This is a great tank. And it's sad because it's like in the previous contest, I really feel like he had one of the best tanks. But, and that was a nice cut scene of the CO2 there. And that was well thought out. And there he's showing his overflow box. But, I don't know. I mean, this guy put a lot of work into it, but the bubble fisheye thing, that just really nauseated me. I don't know any other nice way to say it. But this guy has a killer tank, and I tell you, if he and I don't think he had a 1080p, but if he improved his camera angle, and I liked how he showed him feeding, but it looked like he kind of sped this up some, because he was zipping and zooming. And the fish just weren't moving natural. It didn't have a good flow to it. It was changing a lot of... It's trying to do too much in too short a time. But the guy has a killer tank. Great skills. I love the tank. I didn't like the video, unfortunately, for him, because this guy's doing some great work. Alright, let me stop this. And take you back. So that was that one. And that was Oscar Lover 131. And on this guy here, I really felt like this guy had a great tank.
Hey guys.
And I really enjoyed seeing this tank. But I felt like
doing a quick video. I'm going to enter.
He's like me with a quick video, unfortunately, which and he just talked a lot. So I liked this tank. I liked how he had, put the glosso in the front. He's got the stargrass going. The black background. You can see how it's going to inject CO2 there in the middle. It's shooting out the bubbles. This is a nice tank, and this tank is still growing and going to fill out. I like the work he's done here. It was long. It was wordy. It didn't have the wow factor. It didn't have the impress. And that's what I was really looking for. But I like what this guy's doing, and keep it up. And dude, great work here. This is a nice tank. I'm very happy with it. Nothing to be ashamed of here. This is, and you guys should check this out. That's that is a nice layout, and it's going to fill out nice down in the front too. So all right, let me hurry up and get to everybody else. So I covered these two guys. This guy here, he is new to the hobby, and let me make sure I'm showing his tank in a good angle, but he is new to the hobby, and I was really impressed with this tank. Nice intro, really pretty tank. This guy's been doing this for I think less than a year, which is unbelievable. He's actually got a ghost knife fish in this stump. The plant selection, is still coming along. I can tell it's still growing. Doesn't look like he's doing much with this substrate. It's just kind of, the brown rock. But I mean, this he's really got it going for somebody who's only been doing this a year. So I've been doing it a little bit longer than a year. Probably been doing it wrong, for X number of years. But this guy's impressive. And this guy's definitely got some raw skill, and he's going to tune it in. So this is a neat tank. It's going to be neat to see how this tank evolves. But so anyway, let's see. I covered all of that, and that guy, this Day 5 Fish Tanks, he talked a lot. These guys talked a lot as well, and I thought these guys had a beautiful tank, but they just talked the whole time, and I didn't want to really hear them talk. I just wanted to see the tank, and it's unfortunate because they had a good tank. They just didn't present it well. 7 minutes is way too long for a contest entry, I think. And I didn't put a time limit on you guys. I just said, you need to impress me. If it's a really long video, you're going to have a hard chance of winning. Saying that, there was a long entry that did win, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Planet Tank Nation, you guys have a gorgeous tank, and if you would have tightened it up a little bit and looked at some of the other winners and implemented what they did, it's show worthy. I mean, you could put that in a magazine, put it on a movie, you could put it in a bottle and sell it at any pet store. Anybody walking a pet store would say, what I need to do to get a tank like this. This is a gorgeous tank. So great work. It just didn't come together in the video. And that being said, and there was, this guy, I'm a huge fan of this guy, and my family and everybody just kind of got on me because they're just like, you just like this guy's tank. And this guy, all he did was talk.
Paducah Fish Fan. And it's hosted
and he
by
just kind of
Cobalt
talked here.
Aquatics.
But if I just love this tank. This tank's amazing. He's got dwarf hairgrass here. He's got some stargrass here. I like the scape. Scape's not bad at all. But there was no audio. There was no text in the video. There was nothing. He wasn't trying. It was just it was a blog video posted up, and that's what he did. And he probably, the video is 3 minutes. He might have put 10 minutes in it, filmed it for 3, downloaded it, pushed it up on YouTube, and was done. A lot of other people put a lot more effort in it, and it shows. I'm subscribed to this guy's channel, and that's a killer tank. So I don't have a tank like that, but if I went CO2, I could only dream of having a tank like that one day. But huge shout out to him, and I'm a subscriber of this guy's channel, and I don't know why. See, look, it says unsubscribe, so I am subscribed to this guy, just in case you guys are doubting. But anyway, all right. So I covered him, I covered this guy who's new to the entry. I covered this guy. I covered this. All right. So now we're nailing it down, and I'm gonna give you one last video that didn't win, and I thought this guy had a great tank, and this guy could have won, and I'm going to tell you why. He wouldn't have been. He had some tough competition. Let me listen to the soundtrack. It's moving, it's rolling, it's very thought-provoking. This is a beautiful tank. I love this tank. There was just one thing that got me about this tank, and the more, because I looked at these videos several times. I had to, I don't know, look at them 4 or 5 times to figure out who was going to win. But the thing that got me about this video, and it just kept jumping out to me, that rock in the middle of the tank is killing me. Because it's so asymmetric. You know, the lines on the driftwood and the lines on everything else, it's not 50-50, it's not, you know, cut a line down the middle of the tank. But that boulder just speaks of symmetry in a way that you really don't want it in a tank. And let me jump on up. He's going to take a different angle of it. Let me see it. Yeah, there's a different angle of it there, and that looks a lot better. But that's not looking at it from dead center. And then this one's what really jumped out at me. The reason this boulder is here is because he's anchoring that driftwood. I'm just 99% certain of it. But that boulder is what caused him from getting it. Well, I say that. Wait till you see the winners. But this guy, and you know, I'm not subscribed to this guy, but this 06 TL for life. This is an amazing tank. And if he figured out a way to anchor that driftwood and get rid of that rock, that's a show tank, man. I don't care who you are. That's a gorgeous tank. There's not a lot of noise with the plants. It's not overplanted. But the fish, if you watch the fish move here and you hear the soundtrack, watch this. That's just beautiful. Got some pretty rainbows. Got some pretty neons. That's a great tank. You could watch that all day. So anyway, and it has a killer soundtrack. So man, I appreciate the work he did on that, and I wanted to give him a shout out. So all right, so now I'm down to the 2 winners. This was the hardest thing. This guy right here blew my socks off. He blew my socks off with the soundtrack. And then, as if he had me at hello. I mean, I'm looking at these discus, I'm looking at these plants, I'm looking at the fish moving. He's got the soundtrack. He took the time to put the text in his video. I see that leopard discus. I see a discus laying eggs. And I'm just like, wow. So that really blew me away. And then, as if that wasn't enough, and this is why he won. Even though he took a long time, he won an 8-minute video. He didn't do any talking. He shows off this tank. Then he jumps off and he shows off his cichlid tank. Let me get to it. He shows off this cichlid tank. And then he's got a large monster tank. And I was just like, wow, are you kidding me? And I really wanted this guy to win first place. I've been sold on this guy's video. I'm subscribed to this guy's channel just so you can see right there. But he didn't. And now I'm going to show you the winner, and I'm going to explain why. And this was hard. This was really hard. But I just, as much as I like, I'm not even, I don't think I'm subscribed to this guy, but I think I'm going to be. Matter of fact, watch this. I just subscribed to this guy's channel. I'm that impressed. This is a top-notch video. He's got a gradient. He's putting the text up. He put some humor in. It's a 3-minute video. And listen to the soundtrack. I mean, you know, if anybody out there doing advertising with Aquatic fish tank, Cobalt Aquatics, whatever, this is the #1 professional entry. I just think you could, I mean, you could use this for a commercial. Great soundtrack, great camera, focuses on the fish, focuses on the tanks, and his tanks are amazing. The scape here where he's got the sand. This one, the driftwood with the Spanish moss, blew me away. I was like, wow, that is awesome. How the depth that gives it. And then there was another tank here that reminded me of DET's tank, and I saw that, and you could see it purling, and I was like, that's over the top. So this guy wins hands down. Amazing tanks. This guy could probably open a museum and charge admission for people to come and see his tanks. And look at that. Look at that. Fish are showing off color. Great video showing off the fish. Great audio track. Killer tanks. Man, I'm honored this guy even bothered to send me a video. So this guy's amazing. And I just subscribed to his channel. I think you should too. Hats off to everybody who competed. And I'll be sending out emails to the first and second place winners, and to get your contact info so that Cobalt Aquatics can get in touch with you for shipping out your prizes. Thanks guys, and happy Monday, and you guys be good. Later.